Last bill today is Vice Chair Vang, House File 1430, another cottage food industry changes. Please move your bill, Vice Chair Vang.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move that House File 1430 be laid over for possible inclusion in the Omnibus Act Finance Bill. Mr. Chair, I also have a DE amendment, and if you'll be okay, I'll move the 821072 amendment to get the bill in the shape that I'd like to present it to.
That's your DE amendment?
Yes, that's correct, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
you want to vote on this or hear from your witnesses first? It's up to you.
You know, we can vote on the DE amendment first, because the DE is the actual bill.
Okay.
We jacketed the bill. It was an earlier version from last year, and so the DE is the actual bill that we'll be talking
about. Okay, all those in favor of the DE amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Okay, the motion prevails. The amendment is adopted. You have testimony from a few people. Vice Chair Vang.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I'll say a couple words first, and then I know that there were a couple folks of testifiers who did not make the online posted. So I will make a few remarks, and then we can start with the testifiers, and I can name a few of the testifiers that wanted to testify today.
Please do introduce them as you proceed.
Okay. So House File 1430 as amended is basically a bill for cottage food producers that sell homemade and shelf stable food like bread, cookies, and jams. They sell their food direct to consumer and at farmers markets and community events. The food that they sell is very safe. It is required by law to be non-potentially hazardous. Minnesota cottage food industry has grown in recent years. In 2020, there were more than 5,000 cottage food producers in the state. Cottage food also helps farmers and creates jobs, especially in rural communities and small towns. Many people sell cottage food to provide for their families and to start and grow their businesses. During the pandemic, selling cottage food has provided a lifeline for Minnesotans who are out of work. Although state law has allowed for many people to start these businesses, state law places some arbitrary limits on them that are not tied to food safety. These limits keep cottage food producers from earning a living, growing their businesses, and using the cottage food law as a stepping stone to becoming a licensed food business. The state caps a cottage food producer gross sales at $18,000. That is gross, not net. So producers earn far less. Across the country, there are 34 states who do not have gross sales cap for cottage food producers, and among the minority of states that have gross sales caps, Minnesota's cap is one of the lowest. The state also limits types of businesses cottage food producers can be. It allows cottage food producers to be sole proprietorships with employees, but prevents cottage food producers from registering their businesses as LLCs. This restriction makes it difficult for farmers to use the cottage food law and exposes producers' personal assets to liability. Minnesota is the only state in the country that allows cottage food sales, but disallows cottage food producers from organizing as LLCs. And now this is an important time to remove these unnecessary restrictions. This legislation raises the gross cap to $78,000 so producers can earn a living selling cottage food. It also puts Minnesota law in line with the laws in other states by allowing cottage food producers to organize their businesses as LLCs and other business entities. And thus, by taking these steps, we can make it easier for people to recover from the pandemic, create flexible jobs, and help our cottage food producers work and succeed. And we can also increase access to local food in our communities and at farmers and markets. And with that, Mr. Chair, I can go on with my next testifier, which is Shelly Erickson. She's president of the Minnesota Cottage Food Producer Association. And I think I have about four more testifiers that's not listed online.
Shelly Erickson, can you identify yourself for the record and proceed with your testimony?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chair Sundin and committee members for taking the time to meet with us today. My name is Shelley Erickson, President of Minnesota Cottage Food Producers Association. I have been advocating for cottage foods in Minnesota for 11 years. In 2015, the cottage food law was amended to allow for the sales of non-potentially hazardous foods from homes, farmers markets, and community events. As Representative Vang said, we now have nearly 5,000 cottage food producers. Cottage food producers come from all walks of life. Many bake as a second job. Others are retired or have a disability. Some want to use cottage foods as a stepping stone to one day have their own brick and mortar shop, and others are farmers. What all cottage food producers have in common is the desire to produce safe, non-potentially hazardous products for others in order to earn an income and make a better life for themselves. Minnesota's cottage food law provides individuals an opportunity to open a food business that for many would otherwise be too costly and therefore out of reach. Currently, the cottage food law limits sales to an $18,000 gross revenue cap, and department policy disallows a cottage food producer from forming their business as an LLC. With such a restrictive sales cap, cottage food producers are unable to earn a livable wage, and this should not be allowed to happen. In closing, cottage food producers are simply asking you for a chance to earn a living and conduct our businesses in a wise and safe way. Please support this bill. It will create jobs and opportunity for cottage food producers and help many people better their lives. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
Thank you, Shelley Erickson. Vice Chair Vang, additional testifiers?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I have next is Kathy Zeman, Executive Director of the Minnesota Farmers Association.
Kathy Zeman, please identify yourself for the record and proceed.
Thank you, Chair Sundin, Representative Vang, and committee members. My name is Kathy Zeman. I'm the Executive Director of the Minnesota Farmers Market Association, the owner of Simple Harvest Farm just south of Northfield in Rice County, and a registered cottage food producer. MFMA has about 306 farmers markets with 4,000 or so vendors operating at any given time in all of Minnesota's 87 counties. The growth of the cottage food industry over the past several decades has been a big benefit to our farmers markets and vendors and to our produce farmers. For produce farmers, the cottage food law gives them a value-added market for all their canned goods that extends their sales year-round, not just limited to Minnesota's short growing season. It's a financial boost to local economies across the state. MFMA is strongly supportive of the required food safety training for everyone, which Minnesota's cottage food law does provide. Food safety is pretty critical for food farmers and food makers, not just because it helps them provide food to their neighbors that is prepared safely, but because as businesses, they also never want to see any food recalls due to foodborne illnesses. The need to allow LLCs to sell under the cottage food law is imperative for our many family farms who are cottage food producers. It's a financial burden in the current law that has no connection to food safety that forces our LLC family farms to have to create another sole proprietor business structure with the accompanying extra expense of insurance, record keeping, tax filing, etc. MDA has suggested a transitional license category to help businesses transition to becoming licensed. We think this is an idea that is worth exploring in the future, but we do not think a transitional license should take away from the cottage food law or the reforms proposed in this bill. These are separate issues and should be treated that way. For example, there are many cottage food producers who are selling less than $5,000 and have no desire to become licensed, but who want to form LLCs because it is a recommended good business practice to protect their personal assets. They should not have to become licensed just to organize their businesses. The cottage food law also remains an important stepping stone for home-based food producers to test and grow their business before deciding whether they want to become licensed. In closing, the Minnesota Farmers Market Association is in full support of this bill, and we will continue to do our education and outreach to help build a vibrant and thriving local food shed in Minnesota. We ask for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy Zeman. Vice Chair Vang. More
Mr. Chair.
testifiers?
Yep. Next testifier is Amina Adeyemi from Beyond Cakes.
Okay, please continue. Identify yourself for the record, please, and proceed with your testimony. Or maybe not. Do you have another testifier that can,
Yes, Mr.
Continue.
Chair. I have Matt Rosen from Baker's Dozen.
okay. Matt Rosen, please identify yourself for the record and provide your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Thank you for your time today. My name is Matt Rosine. I'm a cottage food producer from Eden Prairie, but I also have my retail food handler's license as well. I'd like to give you just a little background on me. I retired from the military after 23 years of service in 2015, and I was working that typical 8-to-5 job when I literally stumbled upon a passion for baking on a family vacation in 2017. Had some encouragement from coworkers who began asking to buy the goodies that I was bringing into the office to share. I became a cottage food producer in 2018, and the Baker's Dozen was born. Being the dreamer that I am, I had dreams of making this a full-time business from day one. So I began by selling to coworkers, doing farmers markets, and selling through the website that I created. Fast forward to July of 2020, and I made the decision to take the leap of faith and quit my job in order to try and give this a full-time go. I have the luxury of having a military retirement coming in that helps me supplement my income while I attempt to grow this into a thriving business. Because of the sales cap currently in place, most other CFPs or cottage food producers will never get this chance. For example, with an $18,000 gross sales cap, I would make roughly $6.77 an hour for a 40-hour week. Without my retirement benefits to offset this, it would be impossible for me to even attempt to make this a full-time business. I recently received my retail food handler's license, and I am now legally allowed to operate out of a commercial kitchen. I have friends in the food industry who own a commercial kitchen, and we have a partnership in place where I trade my baking services for kitchen space and time. Without this connection, it would be near impossible for me to even think about moving into a commercial kitchen. Prior to my current partnership, I explored the option of moving into a commercial kitchen, and I was blown away by how expensive it was. It would be roughly $1,000 a month, and that was based on roughly 24 hours a week, and that is during off-peak times. Building my own commercial kitchen from the ground up, well, that's not even an option. That would take years to recoup that kind of a cost. I've been blessed with this opportunity to grow my business and see how far I can go. Unfortunately, for many of my friends and colleagues, they may never get this opportunity. I would like to leave you with this. I have heard people say that being a cottage food producer is nothing more than a hobby. For some, yes, it is just a hobby. But for some, it is only a hobby because the current regulations are forcing them to keep it this way. For many, this is a legitimate business and a way to support their families. Please support cottage food producers' ability to earn a living. Thank you all for your time, and I appreciate your consideration with this bill.
Thank you, Mr. Rosine. Are there further testifiers? Vice Chair Vang.
Yes, next is Jennifer Caribou from Zella Mays by Jennifer.
Please identify yourself for the record and proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee for allowing me to testify before you today. My name is Jennifer Caribou. I'm a cottage food producer in Mankato and a small business owner. I was 16 years old and a single mom when I had my son, and statistically speaking, should not be where I am today. When you're doing everything you can just to get by and it's not enough, it's beyond discouraging. Luckily, I was able to create a successful small business and meet the financial needs of my family. Of course, it took a lot of hard work and dedication. Now I find myself in a position where I cannot work outside of the home. I am a caregiver for my father, who has early onset Alzheimer's, and my elderly grandfather, who has cancer. I also help care for my grandchildren and provide occasional drop-in care for other family members who are teachers when I'm available. My cottage food business has given me the flexibility to earn an income from home and take care of my family. I know many Minnesotans are in the similar boat. The legislature passed the current cottage food law to improve the lives of Minnesotans. It has helped women, people of color, immigrants, and people with disabilities start businesses from their home. It has also helped displaced workers earn income during the pandemic and has increased access to our local food in our local community. Unfortunately, some of the restrictions in the law are making it difficult for producers to keep their businesses and earn a living wage. MDA's policy of disallowing us to be LLCs means that we have to assume a much greater risk than other businesses in the state. MDA is the only agency that does not allow cottage food producers to organize as an LLC. However, producers are small businesses. We can have employees, register as a DBA, own trademarks, and file tax returns the same as LLCs do. It is very discouraging to work under such a restrictive cap and to have and to have to risk everything my husband and I have worked so hard for because of a department policy. When a person chooses to become a cottage food producer in their home, it may be because it meets the needs of their personal situation, or they do not have the capital to build or rent a commercial kitchen. In Mankato, where I live, the only commercial kitchen that would have been available for me to rent has now closed. And even when it was open, it would have cost thousands of dollars to rent. This bill is an important reform. It will align us better with the majority of other states that have more progressive cottage food laws. It will reduce barriers to opening a small business. It will also support lower income and underrepresented individuals by providing an opportunity to start and have a business where you sell safe, low-risk foods. I really thank you for your time today and your thoughtful consideration.
Thank you, Jennifer Curview. Appreciate your testimony. Representative or Vice Chair Vang, any further testifiers?
Mr. Chair, I just have one final testifier, Austin Maley from Austin Acres.
Okay, Mr. Maley, please identify yourself for the record and continue with your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members. So my name is Austin Miley. I live in Avon, Minnesota, and I'm a cottage food producer. I'm also currently attending college locally, and so I started my business when I was 11 years old and with the help of my parents. And for the last 8 years, I've been building my business from something that started out as a 4-H project in food preservation, and that has turned into a viable business for me. Under the current cottage food law, I'm able to financially afford to grow my already established cottage food law business. The restrictive revenue cap has required my dad to also register as a cottage food producer in order for me to maintain my business in the event that I hit that cap. Additionally, the Minnesota Department of Agriculture's policy does not let me become an LLC. At the age of 19, I'm attending college and I'm also running my business. I cannot earn a decent income as a strictly cottage food producer, and I'm in a position to assume a greater personal risk than other businesses in Minnesota. I should be able to earn a living wage and be allowed to protect my personal assets. I ask that you pass this bill as it will help me protect my ability to earn a livable income, expand my business in the future, and support a family. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Vice Chair Vang, any further testimony or input on the bill?
No, Mr. Chair, I'm happy to take any further questions.
Any questions from the committee? Representative Lewick, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm curious about the restriction on organizing as LLC. I've heard the comment was made that that was Department of Agriculture policy. I guess I'd like to explore that and find out, was that something that was put in by rulemaking? I've also found out that quite often things that don't make sense were driven by some legislative action in the past. So could Department of Ag or somebody clarify whether that's purely rulemaking department policy, or does that go back to something specifically we did as legislators in the past?
Thank you. Can the department weigh in on that, please? Please.
Yes, Chair Sundin and Representative Luck, thank you so much for that question.
Bailey, thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to defer to Catherine Simon, our division director, to answer this one.
Okay. Okay. Don't be shy.
Yep. Chair Sundin, Representative. Yes, so the reason why we are limiting to individuals is because that's the language that's actually in the current exclusion that the cottage food law is written under. The reason that this came up is when we initially started the registration process after the passage of the new cottage food exemption from licensing, we started to receive registrations that included LLCs, often from farms, as was brought up by some of the testifiers. In verifying that we had the legal authority to accept registrations from those LLCs, because the language in the statute is currently excludes individuals rather than persons. There's a legal review there, and it was determined that since the language is individuals, we would not be able to accept registrations from LLCs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any further questions on that?
Yeah, no, thank you. That clarified. And it would seem that we certainly ought to fix that. So whether Representative Bang saw that flaw or that anomaly, or whether we just, the Department of Agriculture raised it, it's certainly, let's push away those kind of restrictions if they don't have to do with food safety, and just let free enterprise take its course in that area. So thank you.
Thank you, Representative Luke. Representative Anderson, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To Representative Vang, there's some things in your bill I think are good. The one thing that causes me to wonder, and going by the numbers that were in the submitted letter to us from evidently testimony in the Senate, of the approximately about 5,000 folks involved in cottage foods, the vast majority, like 4,000 or so, are in this tier 1, where the income they bring in is under 18,000, between 5,000 and 18, and they currently pay no license fee. So I'm just wondering why you would include that big group in a new license fee and then lower the fee charged to those that really have gotten into this thing in bigger detail, right now up to the $18,000 threshold. If you'd be willing to look at that and modifying that somewhat to take away this licensing fee on those smaller individuals in the cottage foods industry.
Vice Chair Vang, please.
Mr. Chair, thank you, Representative Anderson, for your question. Historically, this program has not received much funding, and so the registration fees is a way to help MDA help administer this program. That is something that has been brought up, and so I'm open to looking at it. It's something we have made the training used to cost them as well, but we made that at no cost, training no cost to them. And so I think a $25 registration fee is a reasonable fee for folks who want to register under this exemption.
Any follow-up on that, Representative Anderson? No. Thank you. Representative Lippert, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I simply want to thank Representative Bang for her work on this bill. And this is gets to be a complicated area quickly, and this issue is important to constituents of mine, including the LLC issue. So thank you for your work in this area.
Okay. Any other comments, questions from the committee? Okay, thank you. I do have one, and it's not directly to the bill, but we've got a room full of people here that just may know how to help me with this situation, and it's a situation dealing with canning vegetables, berries, whatever, jelly. In the past year with this COVID situation that we're dealing with, a lot of people started home canning again. And we've been doing it for decades, and we can't find wide mouth lids. So there's never going to be an opportunity to ask a group of intelligent people. Where in the devil do I get some wide mouth lids? And I'm not alone here. The shelves are bare. How does this affect the industry? And where the devil do I get some for myself? Any answers?
Chair Sundin, this is Kathy Zeman.
Kathy Zeman, thank you.
I can make one comment. I know that there's a whole bunch of wide mouth and lids out in Morris by Kathy Drager. So if you've ever heard of Kathy Drager with the Regional Sustainable Development Partnerships of the University of Minnesota, they've never ran out this year, but it is a huge problem. And we, Fleet Farm, Menards, but not in Morris, Minnesota. So go west.
Could you provide the committee chair with contact information to that effect?
Yes, I can. I will.
Much appreciated. Any other, Mr. Bailey, Commissioner Bailey?
Yes, thank you, Chair Sundin and other members. I just want to clarify first is that the registration that they're complying with, this is the tier 2 that tier 1 complies with, complies with the exclusion and not a license. So I had wanted to say that. And when we're talking about the 5,000 cottage food producers, we're focusing on tier 2 for the transitional license. And that's about 229 producers that have sales of greater than 5,000. MDA supports business and access to local foods. We fully understand that the current license structure to include the cottage food producer exemption, it does meet the need of some of these developing businesses, but we also know that we have to support the cottage food exemption in general and to not adversely or unnecessarily impact the majority of current cottage food producers. We also propose that we target the solution to those individuals who seek to grow their businesses by leveraging existing financial support and business development programs to obtain access to facilities and obtain access to additional funds. And that also includes providing for business structures and allowing businesses to develop and provide value-added products. One thing that I wanted to add is that the transitional license basically is a bridge. It bridges the gap between those producers who qualify for the cottage food exemption and those whose operations require a food handler license. And so MDA wants to work with farmers and other small businesses to identify reasonable food safety requirements. Lastly, I wanted to also point out that a system of licensing with reasonable food safety measures would support developing businesses and help equitably ensure the integrity, safety, and dependability of the food supply.
Okay. Thank you for helping clarify. Any other questions, comments on the bill from the committee? Okay, hearing none. Representative Vang, what's your pleasure?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I will renew my motion to laid over House File 1430 as amended for possible inclusion.
Okay, House File 1430 as amended is laid over.